Well, chat, we got to move on. We got to move on and make the most of it. Colorado State is next. They have an undefeated season through 2 games. We will focus on recruitment, where so far it's been good news. But the whole have to be close to perfect need. Even more so now. Right? Even more so now. That became crucial moving forward. We're going to put everybody on 25 points to start off this week. I'm going to double check if anyone's ready to have a visit scheduled. We're also going to check if anyone is ready for a potential hard sell on any attributes. David Verrett is, but he's the only one. And Verrett's also ready for a visit. All right, so David, let's get you scheduled. Fuck. Gonna have to be week 10 against Syracuse, I guess, to get the most out of it. We better hope he cares about playing time. Okay. In terms of interest status, Verrett is still at the top. We do want to change his points around. Might be able to save, or actually optimize even further. With the hard sell... we don't exactly have the perfect option here, though, do we? Playing time, proximity to home. He doesn't care about playing style. Honestly, we can't get a combination that works. So we could go for the sway. Might be worth it, to be honest, with how good this guy is. Can I interest you in playing style, playing time, and proximity to home, please? Can I interest you in those particular categories? That would be lovely. Get as many points on him as we can from there. He's just shy of the max. 90 points left. Let's talk to Austin Harms. And see what we can do for him. Almost max him out. And then the running back, BJ Thompson. We'll actually be able to get him on the 50 and the 25. So, no. Never mind, he can't take the 25 points. It's only a 65-point max. I lied. And then 10 more points to Mr. James Dawkins. Okay. Our first home game of the year. Disaster struck in week 2. Let's see what week 3 has in store for us, man. Colorado State's not bad. 82 overall. Oh, man. This team now has so much pressure on their shoulders. We have to win nearly every game from here. It's nuts. The opening kick return. Another rainy day at TOUGLANE. When is it not? Definitely have more people in the stands now. Hopefully they can cheer us on, and we won't absolutely blow it. Wyoming didn't start in the worst division this time. They actually got relegated last year. They were 2 tiers above us. If you mean for Wyoming, it took us 6 seasons in that franchise, or that dynasty. Yeah. Gentlemen, you blew a 27-point lead last week. It's 7-7 at the end of the first. At least, you know, hey, this might be better for us. Stay in the fight instead of thinking that the job's done. 24-7 at halftime. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Multi-possession lead at halftime. 31-7. I hate that I even have to say this. If they somehow blow this, There's no way I should even have that thought in the back of my mind, let alone front and center on this massive forehead. 31-7 should be as safe of a lead as you can have, and my confidence isn't there. Make that 34-7. 34-14 with 5 minutes left. 41-4. Okay. I'm going to hit the button now. And we're going to act like we didn't absolutely blow it against Wyoming. And that this team has re-earned our full trust and support. Okay? So let's celebrate this victory, because it damn well better be a victory.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
They didn't need my help to do it. There's no way you can possibly blow this game. Thank you. We absolutely blow out Colorado State a week after one of the worst collapses I've ever seen. At least we might be good at home, and that's going to be pretty important. Colt Simon, welcome to TOUGLANE, Colt. We're very happy to have you here. It's a good win for the boys. It's a very, very good win. Restore some of that faith, restore some of that optimism. 48-14. The final score, over 400 yards of offense today. Cole goes 18 of 20 with 4 touchdowns and no picks. We didn't even look at the stat line from the last game. I was just in a state of shock. Targaryen with a rushing touchdown, 95 yards. Grant, 107 yards after contact. That's insane. Danger. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Colt Simon came over from UCF. And he just had himself one hell of a game. One hell of a game. Did Colt Simon. So, way to go, Colt. Way to go, boys. I mean, the Blue Moose, convincing win. They needed it desperately, and they got it. So, I'm not going to find a way to complain about it. We're just going to be happy. Also, apparently we leveled up again, which is great. Either that or I forgot to put the points on. There we go. Now 2-1 on the season. Okay. Okay. We're in first or second for everybody on this board, which is also outstanding. Got even more XP. Chris, what's going on, man? Cole and Simon are both unhappy about our playing style. Imagine if they spent 1 year here and transferred out. Our atmosphere has gone up. Our brand exposure. What the hell are Cole and Simon upset about in terms of our play style? As we get ready to take on Akron, what could they possibly be mad about? Cole's a scrambler. He's gotten plenty of opportunities to run the ball. And Simon just had a monstrous game. I don't see how he could possibly be upset. Also, apparently we broke his ratings when we moved him from running back to wide out. That's good to know. Hold, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. If you leave after 1 year, well, fuck you. That's the attitude of it. But none of the players we redshirted seem to be unhappy about lack of playtime, so that's good. We have 10 more points to put on in the Tacticians tab. Still got a long way to go in terms of being able to get Scheme Guru with win 10 top 25 games. We've only beaten one top 10 opponent. We can boost throw under pressure or break sack for our quarterback. Boost to trucking and break tackle for running backs. A boost to juke and spin for wideouts. They'll tell you in season if they're pissed about the red shirt. Yeah, because they'll complain about lack of playing time. We could do change of direction and pursuit for the D-line. Finesse move, block shedding for linebackers. You know what? Let's get the boost for D-line and linebackers here. We'll try to keep it relatively well-rounded. Okay. In terms of recruitment, last we knew, we were still looking good. Anybody else ready for a visit? quite a lot of people. We only have the 40 hours left, though. Interesting. Sort by interest status. Dawkins, let's drop you down to 25. Thompson, same thing. Drop you down to 25. We'll free up points this week so we can get these visits scheduled. And then obviously the points will go right back on in the future. So Austin Arms, let's get those points off of you. 6'3" athletes. Promising. And then Verrett. Did the sway of time to get to work? No. No, it didn't. Cool. Well, we'll adapt to that in the future then, won't we? Let's see. BJ Thompson, we will get you scheduled for Indiana. Sell you on playing style and hope that works. Isaiah Saylor, also will schedule you for Indiana. Well, we know the championship contender B- will work. Roger Hertz. I have to schedule you against Syracuse later on in the season. So it can only work if you keep 2 check them out and try to one side. Duly noted. Well, we'll see what happens. We have to schedule this guy against Syracuse. I had a feeling that Syracuse game would be important in a lot of different ways. And then Moncrief, we don't have enough time to schedule your visit this week. So, let's get those extra 15 points onto Verrett. And we'll leave it at that for this week. So the final of our first 4 games to start off this season, we head to Akron. Not going to look at the conference standings yet because it's still way too early. We're 6 overall points better than the Zips, so I mean, you know, it's pretty obvious how we should be feeling about this. Now we'll have to wear the alternate. Shout out to the anonymous gifter.
Taste
Appreciate
the biscuit. Taste the good.
I anonymously appreciate you. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. I'll tell you in season at the I already read that one too. So how are you doing, chat? I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there at the moment. I'm just doing what I can. I'm just doing what I can. All right, the Akron Zips. This is you, I believe. Nothing but support. On twitch.tv/Crash Andrews. At Crash Andrews on YouTube. But Crash_Andrews on Twitter. Someone beat him to the punch. 4-2 win in soccer earlier today. The only reason I don't like the fact I live in the middle of nowhere is it's very tough to get to take part in like organized stuff like that. It would be nice to play even some indoor soccer this week. Old Simon, let's get a big return here, buddy. Start the team off hot. Nope, we can't block. Okay. Brett Cole. Might be your only season here, Brett, based on that attitude, but let's see. We absolutely obliterated Colorado State without me even having to touch the damn controller. What's going to happen this week? We're up 10-0 at the end of the first. Again, the less I have to play, the better, let's be honest. Taker, what's going on, by the way? How are you? Just had a tight end. I've been max recruiting since the first week, flipping the last week of the offseason. Bam is the bane of my existence. CUWP, that's what I always tell people about. Always warn them. 17-0 at halftime. 20-0 at halftime. I lied. At the end of the third quarter. I was going to say after halftime. Third week in a row, we should be confident in the lead that we have. I'm a little bit more confident than last week, but I'm not as confident as I would have liked to have been. As Akron fails to score on 4th and goal. Case in point about not being optimistic. I mean, it's a great goal line stand, but still 20-0. Stormy, what's going on, by the way? I'm doing well. This team's going to give me a heart attack. Let's be honest, that's mainly the cholesterol, my diet, and sedentary lifestyle. But this team's going to be the reason for the heart attack. Fast dropped. Still have it. Can we win it? Can we win it? Yes, we can.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
They win the next one.
20-7. The final score. Another outside of the kick return. No touching victory as the boys get it done one more time and move to 3-1 on the season. Great game for Targaryen as well. Stormy, it's a really, really fun game. Torturous at times when you blow a 27-0 lead, but we're doing okay. Maybe we just shouldn't play Wyoming. I'm not the one that added them to the schedule every year. Wow, we only had 285 yards of offense. I guess we were just really efficient.
College football.
18 of 23, 147 yards, no touchdowns, no picks for Brett Cole. You know, Brett's probably mad about his lack of passing yards then, huh? If we're running the ball more, he's probably mad about the lack of passing yards. Even though this playbook's working for us, Aegon Targaryen got hurt. Again, Jesus Christ, this guy's made out of glued together toothpicks and paper mache. We might have to switch formation then, just to get him more passing yards. We might have to. LJ hasn't been getting too involved in the offense. You gave Chad a choice. You're an enabler. All right. Well, we are 3-1 on the year, but we might have to adapt a little bit. Yeah. Let's sim the next week. See if people are still complaining about playstyle. Look at what stats you need to adjust on the recruiting screen. Yeah. We're in first for all four of those guys. Very nice. Yeah, Cole and Simon are both pissed. We're number 50 in the country. Our contender status is up to a B. But we are absolutely going to lose Cole after 1 year as we get ready to play Wake Forest if we don't figure something out. So yeah, I mean, it just wants passing yards per game to be very high. Over 200 a game. I need to opt out to a different playbook. I feel like this playbook is great, but we got to opt out or we're going to lose this guy. We need to be putting the ball into his hands more often. Honestly, the outright spread option might be the best way to go. We were running the power spread before and getting quite a few passing yards. But if we're going to change our focus to throwing the football, I mean, obviously the air raid very much works. I don't know if he necessarily has the arm to pull this off, but we got to do what we got to do. The run-pass slider's not in the game anymore, unfortunately. I don't even know if it really worked that well in 14, let's be honest. We'll change it either to the air raid or the outright spread. Or we could go with someone else's playbook, but again, I don't have my custom playbook done yet, so let's go to the air raid. Screw it, the guy wants the ball in his hands. Let's put the ball in his hands. Prove yourself, buddy. Prove yourself. All right, anybody else that's ready for a visit? A lot of guys again. So Austin Harms. We'll get you scheduled against Indiana. It makes me feel like an old idiot since I don't play Madden. The amount of options to play. Oh, Bruins, it's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, if you're playing that style of making your reads at the line, it's not easy. Terrence, let's get you scheduled against KSU. And hope that you care about playing style. Taj Moncrief, that Indiana game is going to be very important. All of our games are important, though, let's be honest. We'll get this guy scheduled against Louisville. If we make it that far, I got to sell him on academic prestige. And that leaves us with no points for the week. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wake Forest is next. I do want to look at the early conference standings to see if there's anybody that's undefeated at independent status. Ohio. 73 overall, Ohio. I would hate to think that they're going to run the table this year. But right now, they're our biggest opposition. Again, in independent status, it's the only tier in which conference record obviously isn't a factor. It solely comes down to best overall record. We get ready to take on Wake Forest. They've struggled a bit this year, but they are a good team at an 81 overall. Chat scheduled very, very few easy games, as it turns out. Let's do it. Team in green might get you again. Yeah, let's not talk about that factor either, huh? Because that is definitely a factor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
You thought Wyoming would be easy. Bitch, you thought wrong. Can I finally have a successful kick return this season, please? Colt Simon.
Here he comes from inside his own 5.
Couldn't complete the spin. All right. Found a new barbecue chicken frozen pizza at Target.
All right, guys, here's our first
Altex, what you need to do is find yourself a nice girl
Here he comes, the guy who
who's
pulls
and
all the
whose
strings.
father, now my father-in-law, not my father, someone's father-in-law, that makes dynamite homemade pizza every Friday. That's what you gotta find. Goals. Goals. You'll end up with 6 chins. But goddamn it, you're eating like a king. First quarter against Wake Forest. 7-0 TOUGLANE, 7-3. The end of the first. Hey, as long as we have the lead, I'm happy. Go to halftime. 10-3. 13-3, 20-10. Jesus Christ, that turned quickly. 20-17 at halftime. This might be the game we have to try to jump in to save the day again, and I couldn't save them against Wyoming. Third quarter. 27. Oh my God, the late scores. 34-24. We're up by 10 heading into the fourth. So they get the ball to start the quarter. Forest fail on a 4th down conversion and give us good field position. We start off in their territory and score on the very first play. 46-yard touchdown pass to Colt Simon. Both of those guys need to shut the hell up. There you go. We switched the playbook for you. At least they're delivering. 41-24. Might it be another no-touching victory? Interception for Dakota Mills, the safety. Interception for Bob Freeman, their middle linebacker. Son of a bitch. 41-31 with 1:26 to go. And this game is over.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
People might be searching for
What a bounce back for the Blue Moose, man. What a bounce back. Win our first game of the season. Oh my fucking God. We won the first game of the year. We blew a 27-point lead to Wyoming, but we've been cruising over the last 3 weeks, thankfully. Thankfully, we beat Wake Forest. No involvement from me necessary. Thank God. Whew. This is the BYU Stadium, yeah. 41-31, the final score. 540 yards of total offense. As Brett Cole goes 31 of 38 for 479 yards with 5 touchdowns and a pick. You know what? He was right. We should be on an air raid offense. Brett, you were right. This is the first season since last stream, yes. Rushing-wise, Grant, Cole, both still got some touches. Targaryen was... I forgot to check the injury report. He played... Probably got hurt again, to be honest. Receiving-wise, though... I don't have words for that. Do you guys? I don't have words for that. Hopefully you guys do. That is, One of, if not the most ridiculous performances I've ever seen from a wide receiver. 13 receptions for 293 yards, 4 touchdowns, 181 yards after catch, averaging 22.5 yards per reception. The senior Javon Moore. One hell of a game for the Blue Moose of TOUGLANE. Even though we gave up 31 points, the offense balled out like we needed them to after switching that playbook to try and appease certain players. I'm going to check the depth chart at the start of the week, but let's see if potential transfers have calmed down a little bit. As we're in first for both David Verrett and James Dawkins. They're a bit happier now, right? They're starting to calm down a bit. Still not perfect, but they're calming down a little bit. All right. It's good news. Surprise, surprise, Javon Moore was the Offensive Player of the Week. Dude, he better be the nationwide Offensive Player of the Week. Thank you. That was very kind of you, Gabe. I mean, with a generational performance like that, yeah, he better have been. He is the Offensive Player of the Week nationwide. What a game. What a performance for Javon Moore. I just picked up the game. I threw 11 picks in 2 games. I feel like that's a relatively common occurrence. Well, Lolo, so you're not alone. In terms of the injuries this year, defensive end Asher Varner's college career is done unless medical red shirts are a thing. A fractured shoulder blade sees him out. And our running back, Aegon Targaryen III, has a broken wrist. It's his 2nd season in a row with a massive injury. He suffered a torn quad last year. If we look at the depth chart, I don't know if it would have taken anybody off of a red shirt, but it might have. I want to look at defensive end. That's the big one. I don't think it's taken the red shirt off of TBTT. What's his injury stat? I think it's like 78 or something last time I looked. I can double check in a minute. It did take the red shirt off of TBTT. We're probably going to have to take the red shirt off of Bobby Boucher. Well, Bobby Boucher, of course, but hey, it was spelled Bobby Boucher. Not my fault. We're going to have to take the red shirt off of him just because we need the depth. Wide out. We should still be okay. Is there a red shirt assistance setting on? There shouldn't be, but I'll double check. It just feels like when injuries happen, that's what it does. So Varner is out. That means we have Decker and Old Tweet got me canceled. We do need TBTT to play now. That loss of Varner is just too much. So we were going to try to sit him out for the year to have him at a 90 overall for his junior and senior season, but we have to play him this year. I don't think Old Tweet got me canceled. It's good enough to rely upon as the full-time starter. And honestly, Maul Walker, Texas Ranger, we need you as depth. Everywhere else, I think we're still okay. I know I'm going through this quickly. It did take the red shirt off of 69 Midon as well. And now he's over the max. Yeah, it's changing settings, which is kind of fucking with my plans a little bit. Although at the same time, it's like the game's yelling, stupid, don't be too risky with the red shirts. But, go to league settings and just double check. Again, we are an All-American. I could put it back on Heisman, but it is what it is. Not too worried. League advancement. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing about auto red shirt settings or anything. There's nothing about it at all. I don't know what's going on with that. but it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but it feels like it only happens because of injuries. We are going to have to reorganize our depth chart because of all these changes, but that's okay. Worth noting for Targaryen, injury rating's an 83, toughness is an 83, so it kind of sucks that he's getting hurt as consistently as he is. User settings, I just did. Well, that was league settings. I don't know if it would be in the user settings, but maybe it is. Coin toss. And passing. I mean, that's only for gameplay, so. Yeah, I don't know why it's changing things, but it is, and it is what it is. We'll deal with it. Alright, so our depth chart then, moving forward because of all these injuries. The auto reorder. We're still fine with the 2 quarterbacks that we have. And Schilling and Bush now as our running backs. Okay. TBTT couldn't be redshirt either. If you guys are asking about dudes that have already played, I mean, I can double check, but just because the whole thought might be, well, they haven't played the whole year, but then again, most of them, again, I couldn't put it back on 69 Medan, so he's just going to play. And there's no one else that was really worried about having the red shirt again, so it is what it is. It is what it is. And we just have the auto subs set to default. To be honest, like, I'm not against upping these just to be like, take out tired people. You know? Am I gonna see Deadpool and Wolverine? I'm thinking about it, actually. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of you know, superhero movies at this stage, just because it's like, okay, we've been beaten to death with them for over 15 years now, but probably will be a good time and just a good excuse to get out to the movies. You know, shits and giggles. I wonder what happens. You can only have the 1 point difference, right? I'm just worried about players being tired. And if this would help. Has anybody found, like, a good setup for auto subs to not have, you know, players risk injury all the time? I wonder if I put this at, like, a 25. And that at, like, a 24, what will happen? I'm just gonna bump up the sub outs really quickly. 65 out, 85 in's what I use. You know, I'm just gonna experiment here. Why not? Let's experiment around with this really quickly. Because I am not afraid of it subbing out players constantly. Because we have good team depth pretty much everywhere. I just want to make sure that when we're simming, it's not running our guys into the fucking ground. So, yeah, there's nothing I can do about the red shirt changes, but let's redo the depth chart now because of all these injuries. And running backs, Grant, Schilling, and Bush. You want your quarterback subbed out. If he's tired as shit, yeah. Like, in theory, if his risk of injury is going up, yeah, I would want him subbed out. Because I'd just end up doing that myself anyway. You know? New to Road to Glory, I've heard changing auto subs is recommended to take out of the game a lot even first string. Noted. I want Simon up there. That's where he was. Again, super high awareness. The lack of awareness for Bell and Moore is always a bit concerning, but you know, maybe we do get LJ in there. And Simon will be the slot option. We wanted communications major as the starter. Green at left tackle. I really didn't want to have to redo the whole damn depth chart, but well, because of injuries, here we go. Especially Greenwood's going to be listed as a starter somewhere else. I can already tell. Got the center depth. Cowbell Solo was already in. Let's get Crowder back in there. Preferably having these guys in their primary positions if they have team player. Defensive end, TBTT's in now. Where's old Tweet? Got me canceled. He'll be behind Decker. Defensive tackle looks fine. Decker in there. Linebackers, I'd rather have Couch Smith there. Turn the Frogs gay behind him. Middle linebacker solid. Right outside linebacker is good to go. Corners. Of 69, Midon is the second choice. I mean, those are three very, very strong corners, though, so that's nice. Free safety looking good. Strong safety looking good. Kicker, punter, kick return. We want it to be Simon, just to get him more touches throughout the games. Long snapper's fine. Third down back, power back. That can just be default. Slot receiver is set to be LJ. Let's have it be Simon and then LJ. Actually, Terrio. Pretty good, too, as a smaller option. And for these, we should be pretty much good to go. We'll just, again, we're already here. We might as well just optimize everything. All those damn injuries. So, let's just have Dean there. That's fine. Gotta move the safety down to play a linebacker. That's also fine. All depends on how these guys do in depth-wise. Shout out to Horch. Horch, thank you for the follow. Hell of a name. Fun name to say. Barzy as well, what's up? We're 4-1 so far. We blew a 27-point lead to Wyoming for our only loss of the year. But, all right, back to recruitment before we take on the Hoosiers. Big-time game against Indiana. We have a lot of visits this week. We can schedule James Dawkins for Syracuse. Sell him on contender status, and we can bring in Lambo on the bye week. We got no choice. Otherwise, we'll miss out on points. We're going to have to sell him on contender as well. So at least that's all of our visits scheduled. From there, if we sort by interest, we're still in first for Verrett. Let's double check if there's anything we can do. Again, in terms of being able to set up the damn soft or hard sell. Because hard sell, it's actually hard sell. If we do that, that should be okay. Playing time and contender status. So, TV time. Since when the hell can we hype up TV time, by the way? We are the learning tree. Alright. 10 points. So 75 points there on Verrett. The guy that we're in second for is still Harms. Again, we want to focus on the guys that we have the biggest leads for. What can I sell you on? Not much. Not much at all. Go for that. We'll go for time to get to work and hope that it works a little bit better than what it looks like, and then we'll get the extra 5 points on to BJ Thompson. So, massive game against Indiana. This could land us a 4, if not a 5-star recruit if this week goes well. You know, we were hoping to be 5-0, but this is now the most important game of the season. See what the boys can do here. Let's see. I believe in you, gentlemen. I believe. You know, we had a crisis of faith. You rocked my my belief system a little bit, but it's back intact. Damn it, it has to be, because we can't lose. Please. Go for that opening kickoff. Why not? Why not? All right, Colt, what can we do?
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back.
Oh, Colt Simon's breaking ankles. Oh, Colt Simon. Up to the 29, not bad. Not bad. Brett Cole. Let's go, Bretsky. Once upon a time, we almost brought him in as a recruit. He went elsewhere. We got him through the transfer portal. Let's go. First quarter against the Hoosiers is scoreless. I think that's our first scoreless opening quarter of the season. Let's go to the second. Cole's a sophomore. 10-0. 10-7 at halftime. Okay. We have the lead at least. I hope to not have to jump in. Get the win. You can do it. 10-10. We are tied at 10 heading into the fourth of the most important game of the year up to this point. There's a touchback to start the fourth quarter. We go 3 and out. Indiana has to punt as well. Jesus Christ, this is going down to the wire here. Blue Moose have to punt. Oh my God. Indiana take the lead with 3:02 to go. 17-10. Well, here we go. I could not complete the comeback earlier this year against Wyoming. What can we do this time?
He's going to pass. They've got the screen set up. They finally...
Grant gets to the 50 on the screen.
Good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
You know we got to go to the RPO. It is our strength.
Slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness.
Grab there for Bell. Picks up 7.
Make the run, get the first.
I don't believe I have the same RPO options I preferred. Actually, no, we do have alerts. There we go. We got bubble screens. Thank God.
They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds.
It is Colt as well. They got this pretty well covered.
Be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw
And that's the
first.
2-minute warning already.
Thing moving vertically down the field.
Oh boy. Okay. Over to Colt. Colt Simon. That's going to be a hold. That's absolutely going to be a hold.
The question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field.
Javon Moore got called on the outside.
Drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here.
2nd and 8.
Coming up.
No blocking where we needed it. We lose 2.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
We're in trouble.
3rd and long coming up here. Gets it out fast.
4th and inches. We just missed.
Where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back.
Our only goal line set is heavy,
Offense in position here to
which
try
is
to
not
score
great.
and win this game.
Fuck.
And here we go. Down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down.
A throw to Bell might work, but I think we have this.
They'll try to pick up the
And we do.
And
Yeah.
they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
No mystery there.
Again, as long as they're not going to cover the bubbles, we'll go for it. We're trying to force them into man coverage out of the zone that they're playing.
And here they are on 1st and 10.
And if they don't adapt, that's on them. Great blocks downfield. Colt to the 12-yard line.
He was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, we see
Okay.
another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better
All right. Colt Simon. What we got him for.
want to slap the ball away.
He's a fucking speed demon.
You've got to at least make sure
Honestly, I couldn't really slow down with them. We might have been able to break to the sideline. And the block was to the sideline. We didn't really have anywhere else to go. If they're going to keep playing zone defense, this is going to continue to work.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done
We're gonna run this one.
nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10.
Gonna run this one. Grant gets 3.
Step squeeze. This junior
Okay.
knows how to get him on the ground. Going to work in the
Leaving the screen, the bubble a little bit more open this time.
Into the end zone. Grab behind the line. It's Simon. And they'll
Okay.
shove him out of bounds.
We're gonna have to opt out of the bubble this time now, which is a little bit scary.
It's not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen.
Shout out to Knapsack for the sub. Very much appreciated. Let's hope it brings us some luck here.
The biscuit.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch.
It did not work.
Been a bad read just
4th and 9 from the 11. We need a miracle now.
trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining.
And we got held up by the O-line and turned the ball over.
And the offense gets the ball back. How
It's why I kept my timeouts just in case.
pressure high and tight.
Deep breath.
They perfected bend, don't break.
You cough it up. You're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been.
Fuck. Is anybody even open? No. I mean, they had it covered. Again, I just could not force them at a zone defense at the end.
Big time break for the offense.
Well, here we go. I mean, we still have a chance to get the ball back.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to
But obviously, we're super low on time here.
spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts
Oh,
left.
man.
I know
Don't lose this game.
ends this football game.
We
So
got
I gotta
way too much on the line.
get ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
And he
Took a tackle. We're not done yet. We need one more stop here.
wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
One more stop.
Call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Power football with the run. And the defense
We have 36 seconds.
from getting to the first down. Timeout called.
We're not done yet.
Defense desperate to get
I can't risk the block.
as much time as possible.
As much as I'd love to, I can't risk it.
The Hoosiers
We need the big return from Colt Simon.
He'll try to really get into this one.
I'd love to go for the block, but it's not worth the penalty risk. If we get a block here on the right, we might have a chance.
Makes a move.
And we didn't get a block, but Simon nearly broke through. Horrific blocking.
They'll mark it at the 39.
Okay, 28 seconds.
To move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. He's looking to throw it. He's taking a deep shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
What a time to miss a pass. He was open.
Statistically for this quarterback,
We tried to lead him. It probably should have been a bullet.
to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. And that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his man.
Catch him off guard a little bit. Get a few more yards instead of spiking it.
After the good gain. Here comes the offense on second down. Back to throw, it's Cole. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown.
1 second left. We just couldn't come down with it.
Hang on, it'll be fourth down. Extra DBs on the field to defend the pass. Gotta have it here on fourth down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you
The dream season is turning into a nightmare.
what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation.
The dream season is turning into a nightmare.
Reinvent things on either side of the football.
A second loss of the year already.
Early in trying to find that in their next game, I think.
And we had a lot of visits this week. I'm hoping we still have some good luck with them, even though we lost. But
Well, let's continue.
it's not exactly the way the system works. We were held to just 10 points at home against, at the time, 1-4 Indiana.
Finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing
What the hell happened, Brett?
That's going to do it.
What
for
the
us.
hell happened? You looked so good last week.
Broadcast team, I'm
What the hell happened?
Another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Shout out to Spartan Fanatic for the sub as well. Appreciate both you and Knapsack for the subs in the last few minutes, because, man, it's the only thing bringing a smile to my face right now. This team is
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
really risking not making the most of this opportunity. Wyoming and Indiana. Losses already on the year. We're 4-2. Oh, man. We're still in first for some people, which is good. Playing style risks. Cole and Simon aren't happy. I mean, fucking play better then. We've tried to set up the offense to fit them. They're still bitching. Ohio has lost recently. James Madison's at 5-2 after winning 4 in a row. So obviously we have a game at hand on them. We're not totally screwed, right? But let's be honest, we should probably be 6-0. At least 5-1. We never should have lost to Wyoming. That Indiana loss sucked. Our offense just disappeared. But we do still very much have a chance to get promoted this year. Oh, man. Man, oh man. Our second string quarterback got a lot of playing time last year because our starter was hurt. All we can do now is focus on the task at hand. Last game, he didn't throw a pass last game, from what I could tell. Right, we looked, I think. Maybe, I don't even know. I can double check, actually. Now I'm intrigued. Double check the box score. Man. So again, now the second half of the season, Utah State, San Diego State, Herd duly noted. Syracuse, Kent, Kansas, and Louisville. We do not have JMU on the schedule this year. We typically do. Yeah, our backup quarterback didn't throw at all. So, yeah, it's not like we sent the slider sky high, you know? So in terms of recruitment, everyone's had a visit scheduled. We can now just put the points back where they need to be on the players that are most interested as we try to land a top-notch recruit or several. We're in Season 4. BJ Thompson, can I sell you on anything? Yes, I can, thankfully. Well, let's maximize our points. Harms, that was doing okay. Brett, that was doing great. Okay. Dawkins, we still got some points left for you. What can we sell you on? Playing style and championship contender, I better hope. Work out well. I cannot sell you on that. Okay. Well, we could go for the sway. Let's see which one makes the most sense for him. That one there. I can get you to change your mind about anything here. And we'll put the other points on you. I thought the new setting might have the second string quarterback in there. Yeah. It would be nice if I could just blame a stupid settings choice on my part for that. But, you know, passed it. We'll be fine. All right. Well, it was the bye week. We'll see if we get any good news recruitment-wise. Hopefully. Still waiting for our first recruit this year. Our first 5-star at TOUGLANE here in Season 4. Out of Kernersville, North Kakalaki. The defensive tackle, David Verrett. We finally get our first 5-star. And he's not the only one. We get 5-star running back out of Charlotte, North Kakalaki, BJ Thompson. We're starting to get some game changers, that's for sure. We do miss out on Taj Moncrief, but our first ever 5 stars. One for the defense, one for the offense. Helps a lot. Cole, Simon, you guys want to go? You go ahead and go. You go right ahead. Our pipeline rating for these two was okay. It was at least a 2. That was the reason why, I think. Either that or they were just 5 stars we just put a shitload of points into. We're 4-2. We finally get our first few 5 stars. Again, look at David Verrett. No abilities, but 91 strength, 88 tackle. I mean, he is a legitimate 5-star. Lack of abilities is a bit concerning. But then BJ Thompson as a power back. Armbar, balanced, head first. 90 speed, though, as a power back. I mean, the guy's 6 foot, 232. He's a bowling ball. 2 great players to acquire to kick off the recruitment. TOUGLANE NIL checks are cashing. Now we just need the boys already on the team to deliver in the back half of our season.